so good to be back after 2 weeks. I've been away.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you so much,
Can you
darling.
tell that it's the last day of winter?
Yes, can you tell?
Yeah.
We're matching today.
We're definitely celebrating that because it's been a long winter and I'm so glad it's gone. And today on the show, we're focusing on an organization that does a whole lot of positive work for an issue that plagues a lot of young South Africans.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express right here on SABC3. I'm Bonang Matiba. Cancervive is a special awareness program, of course, of the People Living with Cancer organization. Now, it's an NPO which was founded by cancer survivors, and today we have some incredible women who are spearheading that particular project. Also in studio, we have Janie du Plessis, renowned TV presenter and a cancer survivor. So today we're really going to inspire you.
Yeah, we're also joined by some representatives from the Pink Drive to chat to us about early detection. And remember, we are live, so you can call in and chat to our guests on 083-913-3728 or tweet us at Afternoon Chat, #Afternoon Express, or comment on our Facebook page.
Absolutely, we do love to hear from you. Keep interacting with us for the next hour right here on SABC3. But it's not just me and myself, the Bond Bizzle and Queen Bee. Danilo in the kitchen.
Indeed. Welcome to South Africa. My name is Danilo Acquisto and welcome to a brand new week of Afternoon Express. I'm very excited to have my mother in the kitchen, Abigail Donnelly, joining us today.
Hey.
We're making something super delicious. It's actually a compliment, okay? Because my mom's a beautiful lady. So
I'm sure she is.
You better expect that to become a compliment. So today we're making something super sweet. What are we making?
We're making a fantastic gluten-free chocolate brownie, but with a twist. Always with a twist.
Always with a twist.
And we've got this little box of gluten-free mix, and we're going to make a 3-tier chocolate brownie.
Oof, it sounds
celebration
delicious.
cake.
And that's not all we're doing on the show today. We're also giving away some prizes. So make sure you stay tuned for the competition details later on. It's happening right here in the kitchen, courtesy of Woolworths and Taste magazine. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But if you want today's recipe and want to make this deliciously sweet treat, afternoonexpress.co.za is where you can find it. And like we said today, make sure you interact with us on our social media sites. Give us a call, find us on Twitter, and make sure you join the conversation online. Speaking about conversations, let's go off to the couch with Bonnie.
Thank you, Danilo. The 5th annual Cancervive Awareness Ride takes on the road from the 10th to the 19th of September, with the main aim of getting communities across the country talking about cancer. An entourage of more than 65 cancer survivors, supporters, media and emergency services will embark on a journey of more than 2,000 kilometers, stopping over in towns to educate their residents on how to detect cancer at an early stage and how to gain access to the appropriate treatment. Spearheading this campaign is well-known TV personality, 14-year breast cancer survivor and the CEO of People Living with Cancer, Janie du Plessis. Welcome to the Loft, Janie.
Thank you. Oh, nice to be here.
Lovely
Thanks
to have
for having
you.
us. It's an important event. Such a nice show.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Don't you love our Loft?
Oh, very much.
So tell me about this year's Cancervive Drive and where is the ride going to? Who's going to be there? What is the route that you're taking?
Well, first of all, we are a crazy bunch of people. The survivors are all people that think, you know, what the hell, let's just go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, longer lease on life. And I think that's the theme, is that people want to have fun. So we are going through Limpopo this year. Every year we do a different ride, a different route. And there's a great need in Limpopo. It's... we go where we understand. Yes. And so it's important work. It's not just a ride for fun.
Right.
It's important work and a great need, and with it comes a lot of education and follow-up, which is, you can't just speak to people about cancer and leave them there high and dry.
How does your education and awareness campaign work?
Well, we are actually hailed as one of the most dynamic awareness and education campaigns in the world, cancer campaigns.
Wow.
Yes, and the reason, I think, is because we are very different in a unique way of bringing a message across. We go into the communities and we speak their languages. I don't, but we speak amongst our seven languages. So we address them in their own language, and we do it with song and poetry. We've got great artists that come along, and we've got a very strong media team. So we focus on the young person, the young survivor of the future, if you know what I mean. And I think that makes it very different. we have fun and we arrive on motorbikes.
Yeah.
We make a hell of a noise. We laugh a lot.
That's awesome.
We dance and
Yeah.
we share a very important message in a
And
way
it must get quite
that
intimate with the audience.
very,
Yeah.
because when we speak to an audience like a school or whatever, we get someone like Itumeleng, who's with us here today, who can speak to young people. We get the people that match the profile of the audience as well.
Right.
Can't go and speak to an Otani in Vivo if you don't speak
can't
to her.
relate at their level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we think we're good at that. And
Awesome.
we've got men that speak very directly about the shy cancers, and we are saying things to communities that they've never heard before.
Wow.
In a language that is
Accessible.
yes, and understandable. You know, I don't think we don't talk about medical things like metastatic or canceroma, carcinoma, or
right.
things like, not even I know those words. We speak to the people in a language that makes cancer something that they feel comfortable to share. Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about shy cancers. Why is it important to acknowledge these shy cancers?
Well, first of all, it's a name we invented ourselves,
Right.
because most of us have been through the cancers that are the shy cancers, which are the ones we are afraid to talk about, embarrassed to talk about, especially the men: prostate, testicular, colon, cervical, breast. And in communities, it's the stigma in the rural communities especially is incredible. In fact, our whole education campaign is about simple messages like, you haven't done anything wrong when you get cancer.
You don't deserve
it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not contagious like AIDS. It's not your forefathers that sent it to you. You're not half a person when you walk out, and it's not a death sentence. These are crucial messages. Before you even do self-detection, examination, those are the messages we focus on, because we know the people go home and they have this message that speak about it.
Yeah.
Speak to
and
your
it obviously
family.
impacts how they survive the cancer.
Yes, and
thinking around
seeing people that have survived is massive. It gives enormous hope. You should see some of these girls. Huge, black, strong, beautiful ladies on bikes that stop in a community and they talk and laugh, and it's very powerful.
You're a 14-year cancer survivor.
17, actually.
17 now.
I stopped counting at 14, but the other day I realized it's 17. It's like I don't even know what I'm never going to get older than 24.
How has the work that you do in your foundation impacted you?
It's been huge. It changes all the time. I am much more inspired now than I was 17 years ago to try and make a difference, because you meet people along the way, and it's been great for me in terms of transformation and reconciliation. You know, I'm old. I come from apartheid years, and we've got a group of people with us that have we've healed so much in us as well. Like Lillian Dube is one of our celebrities, and she is just a magnificent role model. And when she goes into the communities, she just embraces what it is we do, and it's just changed all along for me. And we get new people coming on board, and they all are inspiring individual. A survivor is a very inspiring person.
Janie, thank you so much. But you're not going away. We're going to chat more about this in a bit.
Thank you.
For more info on Cancervive, make sure you go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. After the break, Danilo makes a celebration in the kitchen, and we continue our conversation on the couch. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live right here on SABC3, so keep interacting with us. If you interacted with us, I've got some great news. After a number of weeks and hundreds of entries, and I have to say there were some amazing entries, it's finally time to announce the winner of our Revlon Color Stay competition. You guys are all beautiful. I wish that every one of you who entered could win, but unfortunately there can only be one winner, and that person is Tibatso Geraldine Sishibe from Johannesburg. Congratulations. You and your +1 will get the ultimate experience, 24 hours in my life, including hanging out behind the scenes right here in our loft, a night at my favorite hotel, dinner at an A-list restaurant, and a shopping spree, not to mention a fabulous Revlon makeup hamper as well. So congratulations to you, darling. Cannot wait to meet you. Let's go back to Danilo.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations. And we're also making something sweet to help you celebrate that win. So first of all, congratulations. Now, Abigail, obviously you've been working for Taste for a while, and the brand new edition is coming out. We're very excited because we're giving some of them away. What can we expect from this edition?
So this issue is packed, and it's a celebration of fabulous recipes and also Bri Day, which is in the middle of September. We've got a fantastic bri spread, which really was such fun to do. But what I've done is I haven't done the usual kind of chops and boerewors. I've kind of celebrated big things. Like a big smoky paella, beautiful chicken cooked on a beer can, beautiful fillet. We've got a fantastic, fresh artichoke take on artichokes.
I think this is probably one of the most colourful editions I've seen Taste put out in a long time. It looks absolutely delicious.
We've had an amazing feedback from our readers. And yeah, today we're making a chocolate brownie recipe. And
which is in here too.
Which is in there. And we've got a fantastic, every month we have a fantastic 6-page story on it's called Month of Meals. And it's really just easy, accessible, kind of get home, open up fabulous kind of accessible products from Woolies. And yeah, and then slap it together basically.
Well, we're giving these away. So we're giving away one of 3 subscriptions, well, 3 one-year subscriptions to Taste magazine, courtesy of Woolies. And all you have to do to enter that competition is SMS TASTE to 33728 to be entered into the draw. And you've only got today's show to make sure you do that. So TASTE to 33728, and you can be entered into our draw to win one of 3 one-year subscriptions to the Taste magazine.
Great.
So let's get started on this one in the meantime.
As I say, it's gluten-free, beautiful chocolate brownie. And in the magazine, we've just added a bit, as I say, a twist, and we've just folded in a bit of caramel treat.
Okay.
And then
chocolate chips and
I've used 3 boxes today to make a beautiful celebration cake.
Lovely.
I've got some roasted hazelnuts. I've just quickly roasted them in a frying pan, dry, just to release the oils and give them a brown if you can chop them up.
Cool. And, chop them up.
Yes, please, just roughly.
How do you chop up nuts?
Just roughly.
This is new to me.
Without getting them all on the floor. There we go.
You just
and then just hold them together and then just give them a rough chop. And while I'm trying to dig into
I see.
here.
They go almost like quite crumbly.
Yes.
I didn't know this. This is news to me.
And all this packet needs is a little bit of oil, half a cup of oil, some milk, and 2 eggs. And then I've got some fantastic dark chocolate chips. You can use the white ones as well, or the milk. You really can make it your own. Yeah, absolutely. You could add some chuckles or some Smarties, or you could just do it plain.
One of the tricks of chocolate brownies that I love is obviously using fresh chocolate. So I'm glad you're adding little bits to it, because chocolate brownies seem to be the go-to for anyone who's kind of starting out making desserts.
Yeah, it's kind of that really easy. And the trick about brownies is that you mustn't overbake them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think, oh, it's like gooey and soft on top. But take them out of the oven, because the eggs will actually cook it through. Because obviously the treat of a chocolate brownie is that gooey, yummy. And then, of course, with the chocolate chips as well in here, and the caramel treat, you get these, as you bite into them, you get these like beautiful elements of surprise.
Lovely. I don't think I'm doing a very good job here, but I don't know.
No,
is
you
it
are.
roughly
chopped? There's oil, milk. I put my 2 eggs in.
Cool.
I put some chocolate mix, and then I just give it a great stir.
How did you kind of obviously put this recipe together? Because the thing that I always get concerned about is that everyone says, do not divert from the recipe, otherwise you will mess it up when it comes to baking.
Yeah.
You're kind of adding just summer things.
I'm not adding any other liquid or dry ingredient. I'm just adding a little bit of texture. And a bit of chocolate chips melted. They're going to still keep their shape. They're not going to alter the science of the recipe.
Okay, cool. So it won't actually get too dry or too soft.
Are your nuts coming on, Daniela?
My nuts are always fine, thanks.
Okay.
They're doing okay. I'm almost done. I think I'm kind of roughly chopped these ones up.
So.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm just going to scoop this in, otherwise it's not going to end up very well.
And that's about 100 grams of nuts, 50 as well. You can use pistachio, almonds, walnuts, whatever you fancy. And I said also Smarties, the kids love, because it's like these colourful little, that's fabulous.
And the nice thing about Smartie, when you cook Smarties, is that they just burst in your mouth the minute you crack open that candy out of there.
Even like chunks of peppermint crisp, just roughly pop them in here. So really do make it your own. Okay.
Cool, so just mix it up, put it in our pan.
Absolutely, and then you'll see later, for the big layer, you know, the bottom layer, I use two beautiful, obviously the boxes.
How long does the batter go in the oven for?
That is for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. At what temperature?
At 180.
180.
Yeah.
Okay.
160, 180.
We're going to finish off the rest of these layers now, so I'll just get this one sorted out here. If you want to get this recipe for this incredible cake from Abigail, all you have to do is go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, and it's as simple as that. You can download the recipe, you can print it out, do what you need to do, and we'll create the rest of the layers right here on air so you guys can see how it's all done. Plus, we're going to show you how to decorate this incredible celebration cake in just a bit. Right now, though, we're heading back to the couch with Bonang.
Thank you so much, Danilo. That looks incredible. Abigail, please keep that bowl for me. I want to come lick it later, all right? No water, all right? Please. We've spoken to Janie and joining us on the couch right now to tell us a little bit more about her involvement with Cancervive Drive is the Director of Communications of Revlon South Africa, Janie du Plessis. Welcome to the loft. It's always lovely to see you.
Nice to meet you here. I see you everywhere else.
Thank you very much. But I think my first question to you is why Revlon South Africa decided to be part of the Cancervive Drive.
Well, Revlon worldwide have always been committed to women's health issues and specifically cancer, and they've been instrumental in massive breakthroughs in the US especially for treatments for cancer and especially breast cancer. So it's something which has fizzled down through the rest of the Revlon world that we have all naturally moved towards being involved with cancer.
How long have you been part of Cancervive and how has it grown over the years?
Cancervive started about 5 years ago,
wow.
And we've been there since its inception. It was born from a passionate group of women who really wanted to live their lives to the full and to make a difference and to share their stories and to see the statistics in our country change because of the awareness that they create. So since inception, yes, Bonang, to answer the question.
Oh, that's fantastic. And what you're seeing right now on the screen is, of course, the launch. But I know everybody is watching SABC3 right now. And part of today is to really, we want people to become part of the conversation. So if I'm watching Afternoon Express, how do I get involved?
Well, I think the most important thing is that you follow our entire ride, which is from the 10th to about the 20th of September, on our Facebook site and on our website. But there'll be a lot of things on television as well. Now, I think what makes it so important for people to follow us is the unique way in which we deliver the message and the unique way in which we travel through this country. Nobody's life is ever the same again after they've been on a trip like this. We go and tell people what cancer is not. And we teach them all the things it's not, but we also tell them what it is. And the women that travel with us are so inspirational. All these survivors with whom we're surrounded, they're on their own journeys as well. And the growth and the acceptance of the disease that they're living with is so inspirational for the audiences that we see.
Yeah. I mean, has there been a particular moment or a story that has stood out for you that you always have close to your heart? I mean, you've been Revlon has been part of it for 5 years, so have you. And I think you've seen the journey, you've experienced, you've heard all these inspiring stories.
Yes, there are a couple of moments. One of the moments that I'll never forget, and it's not one of the happier moments, it's just one of the Cancervive survivors. She was so ill, but she was so determined to complete this journey of 10 days. It was more than 2,500 kilometers, that particular journey. We actually physically had to carry her off her motorbike to her room, but she'd be back on a couple of hours later and we would do the next couple of 100 kilometers. She'll be on the stage telling her story. And that was one of the most inspirational things for me to see, that determination, no matter how ill she was, that she was going to live a purpose-driven life. And that is what these people are doing. And that is what I think my involvement with Cancervive is also, because I think I have that great need to make a difference and to live a purpose-driven life.
Absolutely. And talking about determination, there's obviously an ultimate goal at the end of the road. What do you want to achieve this year?
Well, this year particularly, we are going to be addressing the stigmas, as Janie mentioned earlier. There's so many facets to cancer, and there are other organizations that are doing the most wonderful work in those arenas. But our objective is really threefold. Firstly, it's to educate and create awareness, and to do it in a way that really resonates with the audiences that we speak to. Then our second objective is to show that there is life after cancer, that we celebrate life and that it is treatable. And then the joy, the absolute joy that they experience from us gives them hope. So that's spreading that message of hope. And then, of course, the most important of all is teaching them early detection. I'm one of the stories where I went for my regular checkups. I found something that wasn't good and I had it removed, and I am here and a living example of somebody who early detected a problematic issue.
Fantastic. Well, you know, with that said, I also have cancer survivors in my family. And, you know, as a Revlon Global Ambassador, it really is, I think, a project that resonates true with me too. So on the 19th of September, I'm going to be there. What can we expect? Very exciting. Spill it, please.
Well, first of all, we're departing from Soweto, which is going to be so spectacular. And we are going to be ending off at OR Tambo with hundreds of motorbikes. And guess what? The Queen Bee is going to be in front on the motorbike with a captain driving into Gauteng. What a moment that's going to be for us. We are so excited.
I'm so excited. So the 19th of September, make sure you are there. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook, afternoonexpress.co.za, and we will have all the details for you. But Adele, thank you so much for coming through. You're still going to be in the loft. We're going to chat to you a little bit later. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we chat to a representative from the Pink Drive about the importance of early detection. This is a very important information, so you don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Great to have you back with us here on Afternoon Express on SABC3. Early detection of breast cancer saves lives. It is therefore of the utmost importance that you know the facts about breasts and breast cancer. Today in the loft, we have Abigail Jacobs, the marketing manager from Pink Drive, Cape Town, to chat to us about the importance of early detection. Welcome, Abigail.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What is breast cancer, and do we know what its causes are?
Okay, I'm going to, what I'd like to tell viewers today is what cancer is, and not really what breast cancer is. I think there's a sort of a common thread. I like to use the analogy when we go out and we do education and training that a cancer cell is a bit like a computer hard drive. Okay, it has the ability to crash on us when we least expect it, and we don't often know the reasons why. In fact, that's why so much research is being done worldwide. We don't always know the reason why we get breast cancer, but we know what it looks like. So just for another sake, or for the sake of another analogy, I like to say that a cell, pardon me, is meant to do one of three things, or all of three things, pardon me. It's meant to listen to other cells, it's meant to do what other cells are doing, and it's meant to grow at the same rate that the other cells are growing. So take a nerve cell, absolutely.
Cells,
so the moment that a cell stops doing what it's meant to be doing, one goes renegade on us. That's what we call a cancer cell.
Wow.
It just starts multiplying at its own pace, and that's what we call that the tumor.
Almost goes rogue.
It does.
Yeah. How early should a woman start checking for breast cancer?
I think the earlier we get young ladies and men as well to get into the routine of checking for breast cancer, the better.
Yes.
We know that younger and younger people or ladies are getting diagnosed with breast cancer, and
how young?
Really young. I mean, the youngest that I know of was 19, but there are younger ladies. Yeah.
Wow.
Now I know there's a lot of talk, and I suppose because we talk more, we hear more. That there's many more girls are coming through with lumps in the breast, and they're being told that it's fibroadenoma, all these big words. But here's what we want to say. We want to say that, you know, it's important to check a family history. If you're young, it's not okay if the doctor says to you, you know what, this is quite a normal thing.
Right.
It's a hormonal thing.
Right.
Be that as it may, and we're not here to criticize doctors, not at all. But what we're saying is that family history is really, really important. Check around you. You know, is there a mom? Is there an auntie? Is there a sister who has had cancer before.
In the family,
and
yes.
The thing is about talking, you're only going to know that if you're talking within your own family.
Wow.
So,
yeah. And a lot of people don't know that both men and women need to check for breast
Absolutely,
cancer.
yeah.
And that's obviously something that through your work you're making people more aware of.
Yes, and I suppose the easiest way to get men to understand that they are at risk as well, possibly not as high as women, but they are at risk because you've got all the makings of breast, except the fatty tissue.
Yes.
Most times.
Right. Yeah. So when one is doing a self-breast examination at home, what should I be looking out for?
Okay, so I like to say that everything that the eye can see is susceptible to a breast cancer, and I'm just going to talk about the breast because that's what the show is about today. So what we ask for ladies to do is generally after bath, you know, when you're relaxed and when the skin is a little bit more supple, get out of the bath or stand in front of a mirror, and the first thing is to look. So we're talking eyes and we're talking breast, so that we're always making that connection. And it's sort of bend over forward. I can't do that now because my shirt might drop.
Yeah, so I won't do it.
So it's bend over forward and just look for a difference in size. Now, I also want to say that whenever
in size of the breast.
Yes, if one is suddenly a different size, if one is suddenly bigger than the other one, take note of that. I want to say take note. I want to say
Drastically
don't
different,
panic.
because a lot of people say their
or just
breasts
a
are
little
not
bit.
the same size anyway.
Yes, yes. So I'm happy that you say that. I'm happy that you bring it up, because the important thing is, when I say take note, I mean do not panic. If it is your normal, if you were not born, you know, at the time that you were developing breast, if you had one that was bigger than the other one, which is also a pretty normal thing, then take note of changes. Next month, did something change? Is it now suddenly bigger?
Yeah.
Then we start drawing the eye down towards the skin. And we're looking now for dimpling. We're looking for orange peel skin.
Okay.
So we know what that looks like. It's swollen, it's thicker, and it's got these little, you know,
and
pinpricks
pain,
on
of
it.
course. Any pain you're looking at?
Pain, yes, of course. Take note of that, but it's not necessarily a warning sign for breast cancer. Then we look towards the nipple area. If the nipple is inverted, meaning it's showing inwards, that is a warning sign. So again, I want to say, again, if it is your normal, just take note every month. If it is suddenly different, last month you didn't have the inverted nipple, this month you do, that's a sudden change.
A sign,
it's not your normal, take it to the doctor.
Right.
And still focusing on the nipple area, we're looking for discharge. Obviously, if you're breastfeeding, take note of what the milk looks like. I'm talking about somebody who's worried about a lump. I know that, yes, at Pink Drive, I don't want to cause fear amongst people, but it has been. There is a real case where she picked up a lump, and she was breastfeeding, and she was told that she's okay. And 2 years later, she came with a breast that was rock hard, and it was all shapes and sizes, except what it needed to be. But yes, so the message is, please don't panic. Take note. That's all we're asking. In terms of education, take note. Every month, do the breast self-examination.
Thank you so much, Adele. We're definitely better informed. We'll be back on the couch a little bit later with Adelia, so make sure you call us on 083-913-3728 if you have any questions for our guests today. For now, let's join Danilo in the kitchen.
Yes, we're making a delicious treat in the kitchen today. We're making a very cool layered, almost chocolate brownie celebration cake with a caramel twist that you've added to this, Abigail. And I must be honest, I've already dug into some of your popcorn.
I've noticed, yes,
caramel popcorn pieces. I'm sorry. It's terribly, terribly awkward.
Okay, so this has just come out the oven.
Yes.
All warm and gooey. And this is, can you feel that? Look at that. And the caramel swirl.
I see, yeah. You haven't actually, you've kind of just tossed it in there. You haven't actually mixed it into the batter.
No, just kind of given it like a marble, like a swirl.
Okay. Now you're going to show us how to decorate it and put it all together.
Absolutely, it's really easy. I think I've just got a little bit of paper that I've lined the pan, but you don't have to. You can spray and cook as well. It's just as good.
Cool.
Can you whip that out?
Got it.
There we go. You take that, yeah. And there we go. Put that on top there. And then we've got our third one. And as I said...
Second one.
Yeah, oh, see, second one. Third one there.
We've got all three of them.
Glad you're counting.
I hope you're not counting your popcorn pieces, because I'm sure there would be a few minus.
There we go. And this is fantastic for office
I see,
party.
you're not putting
or for
anything
the
in
kids.
between. Sorry.
No. I've got that fantastic bottle of yumminess there, chocolate sauce.
Oh, yum.
And it also comes in a nice toffee one as well, or caramel one. Look at
Which
that.
we're going to
some of
drizzle
that.
on top.
And then
Ooh.
we'll drizzle.
Look at that caramel
also
sitting on the side there.
I mean, it's an adult thing as well, but it's also kiddies' party birthday cake as well. And it's gluten-free, so you can have an extra slice.
So if you guys, by the way, are wanting to make this cake, it is available, first of all, on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, but it's also available in the brand new Taste magazine. We've added a few twists to it, like we've done. The brownies
We've just
are there.
laid it up.
We've laid it and put a whole bunch on top of each other. And you could stand a chance of winning one of these simply by getting hold of us on our SMS line. You've got to SMS the word TASTE to 33728, because Woolworths is giving away 3 one-year subscriptions to the Taste magazine. And you can only do it during today's show, and I'm already incredibly distracted because this is probably my favorite part.
Amazing. Do you want to chop that beautiful, it's a caramel crunch, but you can also use that for peanut brittle or cashew nut brittle.
This is my favorite part, yeah. Just smash things up.
Some of the caramel.
How fine do you want this, by the way?
Yeah, just a little bit more texture. Don't want a crumb, but you just a little bite-full, yeah. And then you've left us some popcorn, thank you.
I did.
There we go.
I'm doing you the favour.
There we go. And of course some raspberries as well, if you just want to have a little bit of healthiness as well to it. And a little just to break the richness.
You've kind of really roughly scattered that chocolate sauce on top. You're going to mix it all up together, or you're just going to leave it there like that?
Yeah, just give it a kind of a molten, fun
feel. Cool.
There we go.
Let's sprinkle some of this on.
Yes, absolutely.
This is probably
That's going to stick to that
the most decadent
sauce.
cake I've seen. And what's cool about it is it's gluten-free.
It's gluten-free.
I'm trying to keep this all in so it stays on the side.
Fabulous job.
I think this will make a great photograph for like the magazine because it looks so messy on the outside. But
exactly.
Oh, that looks amazing.
And then you take that to the table for dessert with a big tub of pistachio ice cream or vanilla ice cream, raspberries or strawberries, and everybody goes just...
It looks incredible.
You're fabulous. I can't make that, but look how easy it is.
I know the ladies are incredibly excited. I'll make sure that I give you guys a taste later on because it looks incredible. We'll get cutting it and serving it for you guys on the table. Remember to SMS the keyword TASTE to 33728 and automatically you could be entered into the competition to stand a chance of winning one of 3 one-year subscriptions to Taste magazine, courtesy of Afternoon Express and Woolworths. It's time for us to find out how else you can win on Afternoon Express. Here's how. The Afternoon Express team is going green. Join us every Tuesday at 4 p.m. until September as we bring you the most innovative trends in sustainable fashion, food, decor and design, as well as handy tips to help you reduce your carbon footprint.
Answer our Go Green question every Tuesday and stand a chance to win a R1,000 Woolies gift card every week.
Plus, simply by entering, you also go into the big draw for the ultimate grand prize worth over R500,000.
Including a dream sustainable kitchen makeover from Cordev, fitted with Bosch appliances with R300,000. Also, up to R250,000 worth of home upgrades so you can live off the grid. Plus, food and homeware from Woolworths valued at R75,000. And a R25,000 towards a school of your choice with My School.
So, go big. Go green with Afternoon Express every Tuesday at 4 p.m. to win these amazing prizes.
Express yourself.
Woolies and I collaborating to raise R100 million through the My School program. Are you with us?
Express yourself.
Welcome back. You're watching Afternoon Express right here on SABC3. Now, joining in the conversation to share their stories are two very brave women who have beaten cancer and are now Cancervive ambassadors. Please welcome to the loft, Raynolda Mukhutle Itumeleng Letoaba. Welcome to the loft.
Lovely to meet you. Awesome. You both are cancer survivors. Tell us about your journey with this.
I grew up from the age of 16. I just had issues with my health. It went on until I turned about 19, where I got married. And one of the things that scared me was if I was going to get babies, because I had issues with my menstruation, which led me to have a low self-esteem. Yes, it went on, and when I turned 30, we had a family doctor that I used to go to every second month, and nothing changed until I turned 40, and I decided to go for second opinion. And I went to this particular doctor who just suggested a simple pap smear, which I did that pap smear. And when the results came back, I was told that I have cervical cancer and it was stage 3.
Stage 3, so it had been in your body for many years?
For many years, without me knowing, yes.
Wow.
But how did you beat the cancer?
That was the most difficult thing because no one spoke about cancer in our family, so anyway. I remember when I was told that I had cancer, that was the worst news. And it was just after I celebrated 40 years. And I was like saying, as we all know, life begins at 40 years. And there I was celebrating my 2 teenage daughters, who one was at university and the other one first year at high school, and my childhood sweetheart husband, who was unemployed for 5 years. And I was like looking at the achievements, because when you turn 40, that's where you value everything. And there I was told that I had cancer. So it was the worst news of my life. I was scared. The first thing that came into my mind was I was going to die and leave my daughters with. But the daughter assured me that the good news is I had to go for my surgery immediately, which I did without knowing. The saddest part was when I went home, because I'm a product of stigma, and broke the news to my husband. Because of the influence of not knowing, he left me. So I was left with my 2 daughters and my mom, who in a later stage had cancer but survived. But anyway, I had my first operation, which was a success. 5 months along the line, while I was on my chemo treatment, my cancer was back again. So I developed 3 tumors on both my ovaries, had to go for another surgery, which I was scared, but faith and the choice of wanting to live for me and my daughter kept me going. And I went for my second operation, and it was also a success.
Itumeleng, please share a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, my journey started in 2009 on the 15th of July, 2 days before my son's birthday. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, 3rd stage. And I found a lump inside my breast. That's when I went to the clinic, and then I had to go through some tests. They found out that it's breast cancer stage 3. And then I had to go for chemotherapy first to shrink the lump because it was too big. It grew abnormally. And then I had to go for chemo. After chemo, then surgery. The first surgery was the lumpectomy. They removed the lump. They wanted to save my breast so that I can, you know, as Africans, play with it. And then it never went well. And then I had to go for mastectomy to remove the whole breast. And thereafter, I went for radiation. After my radiation, I came back home. Thought I was healthy. And then one day, my son asked me, Mama, you see you are sick now because of those chemo things and all that. And then I said, no, I'm not sick. He said, Mama, have you ever read Matthew 18? And then I said, yeah. No, I don't know about Matthew 18. He said, if one part of your body gives you trouble, cut it off, throw it away, and you live till eternity.
Wow.
And he was 6
That is so
at that
beautiful.
time. I showed him my scar that I removed the
And he
whole
hadn't
breast.
seen it before. He didn't know
He
about
hadn't
this.
seen it before. And then that's when I opened up and then I showed to him. He jumped up and down and said, Mama, you live till eternity. You'll never get sick again. And you'll take me to McDonald's again.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Would you say that you were struggling to come to terms with what had happened until that moment with your son?
He was so young. He was only 6 by then. And I didn't have that thing to show him that I removed my whole breast. And for him, it was something that was so easy. For him to see that I removed the whole breast. And he was so strong. That's when I gained my strength.
That's your angel,
From the mouths of babes.
That's your
hey?
angel right there, Itumeleng. But Janie, I have to ask you, what do you think is the biggest hurdle when it comes to cancer, and how did you overcome it?
I think the most difficult part is to get used to the fact that you've got it. Because you wake up in the morning and you have another plan, and then you realize that first thought in the beginning is, oh, I've got cancer. And it's like, I think, somebody dying. You just don't really believe it. And then it becomes, and then you think, but what is going to be exciting about a life with cancer? I mean, and then the journey starts. That is the hardest part.
How helpful is the support from organizations
Well,
around you
that's
and the community?
difficult. That's why we do what we do. Is that we our People Living with Cancer organisation, all the funds we generate, we put into support and education. And we offer support, free support as survivors to anybody that has cancer, anybody's family that has cancer. We are all mothers, or many of us are. The men are all parents as well, fathers. And we try and create, well, we have created a very strong psychosocial support network in our country that we make available for people to talk to us. We are big on talking, can't you hear?
You're some motorbike riders. What is that like?
Yeah.
When did you learn to ride motorbikes?
I think this is my 4th year now.
Wow.
Since the beginning of it. And
She's the wild one.
I can't wait.
And wanting to add on what Janie has said regarding support, it took me 5 years to speak. I couldn't speak to anybody about my condition. And I went to people living with cancer support group. And I learned to speak and to be brave and tell everybody about my condition.
And that brings me to my next question. As ambassadors for Cancervive, you know, what are some of your responsibilities?
Our responsibility as a whole, it is to go out there, give hope, especially to those who are hopeless, especially stigma is still a very big thing. It's a big hurdle. And give support to those who can, and just be an example of saying...
She's too humble to answer that question.
Yeah.
There's life after
She
cancer.
goes every single day of her life, that's how we found her, to a hospital or a clinic, and she speaks to people every single day of her life. She has spoken one-on-one audited figures for our organisation to about 66,000 people in 3 years. She speaks to them every single day.
What happens to you every time you speak to someone? Do you find like a renewed strength?
I find courage, I find my purpose. It makes me to have a reason of waking up every day.
Wow.
It makes me, I feel great, and I'm saying I'm getting my healing back. It's my source of healing, especially inner healing.
That's amazing. Sure. What message do you have to women out there who've just found out that they have cancer or are in the middle of it and they feel like, I can't go on?
Sweetie pies, out of there, I'm just going to speak before Itumeleng. I lost my womb. I lost my ovaries. I was rejected because of that. I just want to say to women there, look at Raynolda here. I'm so beautiful.
Yes,
I'm the
you are.
most beautiful woman on this planet Earth.
Oh, for sure.
Nothing is written if you've lost your home. Get out there.
inspiring.
There's life after cancer. It is just a wait. It's not a death sentence.
And for you, Sisi Itumeleng?
Yeah, as a young survivor, to my young sisters, young brothers, everyone there, I'm so happy that we like celebrating killing the stigma. Yeah, so with us, what I can tell the people is that you should know your body, love your body, and look sexy like me.
Yanni, you want to add to that quickly? What's your message?
What else could I say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Survival is a great thing. That's when your life starts, is when something really bad happens to you.
Fantastic. Well, ladies, thank you so much. You got me in tears there for a second. But don't go
Yeah.
anywhere. After the break, we'll continue the conversation. Remember, we're taking your calls live on 083 913 378. We'll be right back.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Lovely to have you back with us on SABC3 Afternoon Express. We're on the couch with our inspiring cancer survivors today, Janie, Raynolda and Itumeleng. We're also taking your calls live on 083 913 3728.
Absolutely. Now, ladies, before we go to the call, I need to ask, what are you looking forward to the most to this year's big motorbike day? Let me go to Sisi Itumeleng.
What I'm looking for
Yes.
is that seeing most of the people welcoming us, getting the knowledge, listening. You know what I like with people is if they listen attentively. That's when I see that now I'm spreading the knowledge.
Absolutely.
Now I'm spreading this awareness about this cancer thing. That's the big thing that I just want to see.
I just can't wait to see the two of you on bikes.
I will send you all the pictures. I'll be there.
Awesome. We have Anina on the line. Hello, Anina. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Thanks for the nice program.
Thank you,
thank
Anina.
you.
Thank you.
I'm a 7-year survivor from cancer. I had breast cancer. It was first stage. A month later, we removed the growth behind the nipple. And I'm just encouraging the people that, think they've got cancer, it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I think if you think positive, you get better every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Anina,
now, I've been on Kesa for the 7th years.
Well done.
And now they've changed me onto another tablet for another 3 years. So, keep up to the people that think that, life ends there, it doesn't end. Because I go for my 6-month checkup, I do my mammograms, I do my pap smears, and that keeps me positive.
Fantastic,
Thank you so
Anina.
much. Well done.
Pleasure. Keep well.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and, of course, calling us. That is inspiring. How does it make you feel to hear stories like that, Janie?
I love it when people survive.
Yes.
Because, you often have people that love being sick. And then they wallow in it, and they love to be sick. And then other people become doctors themselves. They just, everybody, they want to treat everybody, they want to put you on all the medicine. But sometimes, if you look at the survivors that we have, they're all just normal people that just say, you know what? It's about your attitude.
Yes.
It's an attitude that makes you get through it. And I'm not saying always, because there are obviously extremely serious stages of cancer, but the survivors that we do know are all people that are
Would you say
positive.
that the most important part of overcoming cancer is how you think about it, how you see yourself in the process?
Yes. What do you,
and what are some of the things that people out there can focus on in this dark space maybe that they find themselves in?
To be positive. Here's cancer, you can't change it, face it. Accept it and talk about it.
I love that. I'm so inspired. I'm so inspired.
And also to visualize how your life will be after cancer, because it can change. See yourself healthy again. See yourself use your creativity and your gifts to take yourself to a place where you remember again how it was.
Wow, ladies.
Talking about celebrating, I think we need to bring Danilo in with that delicious cake that he made for us earlier on. Ladies, while Danilo does that and places it on the table, there it is. Thank you very much. Oh, that looks incredible.
It's so simple to make, so especially if you are having a celebration for somebody who has survived cancer and has just got their results to come out, this is an incredible cake to make. It's so simple,
Is it easy?
so easy. Basically, it's a massive chocolate brownie.
It looks delicious. Well, ladies, thank you very, very much for coming through to Afternoon Express and sharing your incredible stories.
All the best.
All the best. I can't wait to see you on the 19th.
And we can't wait to see you.
Thank you so much to you for watching us right here on SABC3. We are back on your screens at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Very exciting. We have someone excited.
We'll be joined by Dorothy Masuka, so do call in if you have questions for her.
Yes. And make sure that you tweet us at Afternoon Chat. Use our official hashtag Afternoon Express.
For now, though, good night, South Africa, and happy eating. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye-bye. Tomorrow on Afternoon Express, we celebrate Spring Day with legendary jazz singer Dorothy Masuka, who treats us to a live performance leading up to her 80th birthday.
Another feel-good production.